Welcome everybody to the open stream here at the Mad Apple Burger and Billiard Company. We are just about to get the Jesters match underway here. If he looks this way, we got it to go. So we're here for the Jesters match today. I am joined in the booth by my good friend, Mr. Adam Starkle. What's going on, Adam?
Thanks for having me, Kendall. Just here for a Sunday afternoon pool match between Mike Gaines and Tony Pettinato. Mike's been on a little bit of a roll. I've saw he's won the last 3-4 weeks in a row, maybe.
Oh, way more than that. I think
Way
he's
more
like
than that.
13.
13, okay.
Ridiculous amount of weeks he's
so
won.
He's putting in a record right now then.
Yep, absolutely. He's the pace setter. And I think after his last tournament, he probably is going to go up over 500. So when that happens, he no longer will qualify to play in the Jesters. So he has 3 weeks from the time he goes up, and then he has to move up, and he automatically challenges the Knights, and he gets bumped to the head of the list in the Knights.
And then he gets to try to work up an entire another ladder.
It's kind of like when you went from middle school to high school. You know, you were on top, and then all of a sudden you're the bottom feeder again. Same idea, right?
Yeah, it's more fun that way.
Yeah. All right, so Mike won the leg. They're obviously playing 8-ball, race to 7. Make sure you guys get out there and share. Mike has been playing some pretty controlled pool,
break.
really.
Dry break. You could take either, but I definitely like the stripes for sure. Mainly because of the 6-7. And the 15's open in the side, so you don't have to worry about anything. So, if I were
take a
playing
little
this
closer
rack,
look from the top.
I'm definitely going to start with that 11 ball down there in the bottom left and work my way from there. Just not 100% where the pattern would be. Probably 10 in the side after that.
Tony can play some really good pool. I think that 437 is maybe a little low on him. I think he probably plays a little more consistent than that.
Yeah, and that's a good point too, because, you know, with ratings, I think consistency is what defines it. Not necessarily overall ability. A lot of these guys can make balls and know how to make balls and what to do, just I don't always get there as consistently as some of the other people do.
Well, and I think there's a difference, too, between once doing it and never doing it.
True.
So that's the other thing, too. You know, you got guys that have been around forever, and as they fall off, what's that? Tell you. Mike's got a little bit of trouble here on the 7.
Mm-hmm. He's got a good angle right here, and he's looking at it, so cue ball should slide off of the 15 ball and probably make the 13 in the side also. Nope, went right around the 15.
He hit it pretty hard. Wouldn't expect him to hit it quite that hard, but it came out good for him.
He's got to worry about the 8-2 here, though, as well, because it's pretty limited in what you could do with that.
Can't quite tell if it goes past the 9 right where the 7 sits or not. I can't.
I don't believe so. I think the only pocket he's got with that is the side pocket past a 15.
Not anymore. Oh, I thought it was going to come over.
It did look
just
like
enough.
it was going to come right into a line into that 8 ball. Yeah.
Did himself a lot of long shots.
Doesn't have to be beautiful, as long as all the balls get into the hole by the time you're done. He's kind of just grinding it out here, shot to shot.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's not gonna like that at all.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't think so.
He can hardly make the 7. I don't even know if he can, actually.
Safety coming.
Yeah. But he's got the 15 in the side. It's not really
Yeah.
very safe here. Guess he's just saying you try to get out from here now, Tony, because
He's almost too straight on this ball. You know, you'd hate to
Mhm.
be that straight on it.
well, you can just slow roll it. I'd hit it like a little one pocket. I call everything a one pocket shot. But you get them long straight ones that they test you with, and you gotta shoot them sometimes, and you just gotta slow roll it and trust the table, and that's
Good
what
shot.
Tony did there.
Come out for the 10 here next.
You can just draw out of this, a little soft draw, puts you right in shape for the 14. Back in the same pocket.
Like the 10 next, just so that you can roll it down here for this 13 and 11. Or 9, sorry. You set this 10 in the side next.
Oh, he went into the other side of it. So
I still like the 10 in the side right here. It's a good line.
yeah,
to
you
get to
gotta
that
get
13.
the 13 or the 9. So
Could go corner too, I guess.
if you go in the corner, you can roll it up short side to the 13 and then shoot a stop shot to get the 9.
Side's the same, just a different shot.
Mm-hmm. There you go. Just drift it over. You gotta
Uh-oh.
watch out for the 7 though.
Yeah, you got it too.
The 9's a safety ball, but I don't even know if he can.
I don't think you can see that.
I don't
either.
think he can actually. Now that I look at the other monitor. Definitely not gonna carom it off the 8 ball. Unless you're a wild man.
Yeah, 8 in the corner, 9 in the side is what you're saying there.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta be real worried. If you carom the 9 off the 8, you'll pocket the 8 in the corner if you do make the 9, so there's no reward there. What he wants to do is probably just graze it and get the cue ball down underneath the 10 ball.
Right, top rail.
Yeah,
Oh.
he went in for a kick and missed a hit.
Well, with the 8 ball sitting where it is, it's not a home run yet for Mike. He's still got to get a little position for the last ball anyway.
Yeah, it's still interesting.
I think I kind of like coming up to the side, from the overhead, the left side pocket for my leave on the 5 before the 8. I wouldn't shoot the.
I think he's going to play real simple and maybe just kind of slow roll the 7 or shoot a little like 1 inch, 2 inch draw shot and then take the 8 with a little bit of angle back into the side pocket instead of trying to get over aggressive and come all the way up into the back side of the 13. But
Yeah,
just
1 or
kinda-
2 inch, as
yeah.
you said.
You know, just control the white ball. You don't have to accidentally get behind the 13 there just because you're trying to make something else happen that you didn't need to make happen. So just take the line, accept the pocket, and then take the little bit of a harder shot.
I think reasonably hard here.
Yeah, I mean,
It's a pretty tough shot.
I'm not. Yeah, it's not a gimme by any means. But he's in a good position to win the rack from here.
Puts it down. Nice shot.
It's a nice shot.
Game 1 in the books. Mike's got it. Score is 1-2-0. Take another quick look at this 8 ball on the side by Mike.
He made
With
sure
authority.
to catch enough of that long rail there too, you know, dig in with that draw to protect the white ball from the scratch. So it's Good shot, good out.
Apparently those huge ropes and signs that say don't cut through here don't mean anything to everybody. Oh, he dropped a cue ball. All right, we'll forgive him.
At least he's cleaning it off.
On his shirt.
That's patronage.
Mike with an unusual early lead.
Is that true?
Yeah, he usually starts
He likes
behind
to start
you.
from behind, yeah. Yeah. He's a slow starter. I am too, though. If I don't hit balls for like 2 hours before something,
Yeah.
I'll come out real slow as well.
You know who else says that?
I'm not sure. Earl Strickland?
If anybody's watching, just peep in here. Just say hi.
Who is that?
Johnny.
Oh, that is
Johnny
John
Fields.
from
Right.
last night, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that was from the Banks tournament.
Gotcha.
He was
I heard it a
commentating
few
in the
times
booth. He
last
maybe had
night.
1 or 2 of his beverages.
He ended up pulling out that cue it up against Nate Mindham
Yep.
yesterday.
A tricky little shot there. Took it off the ball, off the rail. He didn't quite have it straight away.
Problem is he kind of removed the ball he was hoping for shape for, but if the 7 goes by the 8, he should be okay. But he's just kind of looking at what his leave is if he does make the 7 in the corner. Instead, he's going to lay up.
Safety played, and I don't know. Doesn't seem too safe, does it?
No, again, he kind of just is like putting him out there in the open and just saying, there's nothing here, you do something with it. But it is just too easy. But Tony just, gave it back to him, so.
Plan executed perfectly.
Basically, it's kind of like I don't want to, you open it up. Okay, now they're opened up. Now I'm going to hit them all in. Somebody this morning was saying how much mental this game is. And strategic and, all that kind of stuff. So sometimes you just have to come up with the right plan for the moment.
I know how good Tony can play, so if he gets an opportunity here, that's a real opportunity. He hasn't had a whole lot of them.
No, his trips to the table have been few and in weird positions with not many shots remaining. And then what's on the docket for tonight? Is there
Yeah, Jason Parker is taking on. We had two new ones.
sorry, I put you on the spot
Yeah,
there.
I'm not gonna have it in front of me either.
That's okay. We got a night's match coming up after this.
I know where I can look.
Jason shoots good, I know that. He's a pretty fast player.
So I would actually like watching him then.
He's a little bit more of a rhythm player when he's hitting them well. Kind of a 1-2, 1-2. So Mike's up here.
Oh yeah, Jeff Glaza.
Yeah, Glaza. Yeah, I did see him out. So anyway, Mike's chipping away at these solids. He's got a pretty open rack here. The only ball to worry about is the 5 ball and getting out from between the 5 ball.
Got any jokes?
Uh,
Supkis here says, since this is a Jesters match, I want jokes.
I do not tell stories or jokes, and if I did, it's not a family-oriented
Most
comedy show. We'll just put it that way. So he went around there with forward, which I liked because that was the way to avoid all the issues. Here he can just stun it forward and get the 8 ball back in the side.
Good angle. He came up on that ball perfect. I like having this little bit of a cut to this shot.
Yeah, I practiced pattern, like little patterns, little drills into the side with that angle from at various points up and down the table. So I know what you're saying. With that little outside English, kind of a throw it in.
Yep. Especially on these pockets. Diamond pockets do play pretty big.
True.
Side pockets.
I'll convince myself they're all 3 inches.
That's right. Aim for the middle.
It's a tough middle to hit sometimes. It's different than a corner. What did Earl say? He'd beat anybody. Beat anybody with outside pockets. So we got a bunch of tournament players today.
Not bad for Labor Day.
For Labor Day, yeah. Everybody in Wisconsin goes north, but
Yeah, right.
north is always north of somewhere. So where is north?
This is pretty north here. You don't get a lot more north than we are.
Yeah, Atlanta's south, but Louisiana is souther.
Right. 9-ball drops.
It's a good break. Good spread.
Not a great opener. Well, 13's not bad, I guess.
Yeah, what is that? A 313 up there? It's about the only thing you need to really fix.
That's 12 up there. 312.
Oh, 312, yeah.
Yeah, the 13's the middle of the table. He's going for
Yep,
solids here.
yep.
Surprising a little bit.
Yeah. And I think he made that decision, though, kind of off of what I was just saying, though. The 4-ball, to me, is the best way to break the 3-ball out, as opposed to using one of the 14 or 10 to get to the 13, because you can't really... Or
You
the
mean
12, the 12.
I think 12 goes.
You think it just goes naturally? Okay, yeah. With a high cut line, yeah. Okay.
Not saying
I
you
don't
get
love
out of
them
that
little
corner.
tweener ones where like I can't tell if the ball exactly fits in between the two. I'm always worried about fouling on that one side of it. He's actually got a good line right now. He wants to draw this back to a very similar line. Oh boy, no. If
5
he,
in the corner.
if he would have just drew back an inch or two to the same line, he could have just played the 4 with follow, and he would have ran right into the 3-ball with like no effort. See if Tony can get something going here.
I mean, Mike hasn't been leaving him too many options.
Well, it's definitely hard if you've been sitting for a couple of racks and you've had just a shot or two here and there, he's feeling a bit out of stroke with each trip to the table because there's really no momentum to get moving forward. He tried to put that right under the 2. Would have been interesting.
I still don't want to make this ball, I don't think.
The 10 ball? No. If anything, I would hit the 10 ball full on the right side, like, cutting it outside of the pocket and put that white ball down on the short rail, all stacked up in all those stripes. There's basically like 0 shot for Mike if you just slow roll that 10. I don't know if it's frozen or not, but the white ball can still get to the rail either way. Or you just play the 15 and come back, but let's see what happens with this 13 ball. Slow rolled it. Safety's harder now from this spot. You can hit the 12, but you can't make it.
And put it in a worse position, not better.
Yeah, I think the safety should have been on the last shot before that shot. He didn't take his time on that very much. Just kind of went up and... We got Ray Skinador in the house today.
Yeah, I saw that.
Ooh. Tony just miscued. Gave up ball in hand. Well, now all the balls are in the middle of the table. There's no problems.
I don't know, I think I would have wanted to have the 2 out of here by now.
Yeah, patterns. I don't know. I was trying to think about where I would go 1, 2, 3, 4. There's a few different ways. The 2 is hard because you want to be down underneath the 8 ball on your final shot. You don't want to be up table this direction. And he can just draw this back, I guess, and kind of pinch it and play it in the upper right-hand corner. And it worked, but it was a dangerous pattern, I agree.
All right, Tony's got to get things moving here.
I always wonder if I should work myself from one end of the table down, because I play a lot of one pocket like that.
Yeah.
But then other people I see leave balls and go back and forth, and sometimes that seems like the better strategy, to leave a ball up table to kind of save you or have an out for later. I don't know what the right answers are.
Yeah.
So Mike's keeping the train rolling, looking for his 14th victory.
Second ball break, scratch. And actually, they didn't clump back together too much like they normally do.
No, this is a
Good looking rack.
very doable rack. I'm still I love solids real quick. I mean, there was one less of them, but it just looks like a fun little pattern. Look at that horseshoe on the solids.
Yeah. Three is the ball before the 8, I think.
Yeah, that would be like the last ball that I would do. So, I would do exactly what Tony's gonna do.
6, 4, 7, 5, 3, 8 is what I see.
Yep, you could even go 6-5. Depends on where you go with this next shot. Stop shot. Yep, Kendall's right. He'll put this on the short rail, hopefully.
Oh, surprised he drew it. I would've
Me
followed
too. I
that.
was thinking follow on the short rail, but he still got there. See, this is a little more dangerous because now it's harder to stay on line for this 5 with the draw. You gotta be careful not to overrun this or bump into the 9. And he overran it. Whereas Kendall and I were just saying from the forward, you could have had a couple of easier ways into that pattern. Well, the 5 goes in this corner, actually. It's not the world's hardest kick, but it's got a really bad reward, because even if you make it, you end up not seeing your 3 ball.
Right.
He's put himself in a jam. I guess you could come under the 14 and kick into the back of the 3, but I don't see where that would go either. Hey, you got lucky.
That's a good hit. Give him an A for effort to hit that ball even.
Yeah, I mean, just shy of 1 right into the line of the next.
Yeah, you definitely have to finish out your runs. Sepka said, "Eternal problem. You drop nearly all the balls, but then the table is cluttered with other balls. The other player clears the deck."
It's, very hard to slow down sometimes and to respect every shot all the way through the whole sequence. And it's pretty detrimental if you only get 6 out of 8 or, 7 out of 8, depending on what games you're playing.
Well, he got in a bad line there. I don't think he's going to like that unless he can still see the 11. If he can't quite see the 11, it definitely got tricky.
It looks like he can just hit it with just a little bit of middle or follow. Just pop it up table. He went a little bit far, but letting go of the white ball a little bit. Little too free there, I would say. He's still got a shot on this 12 ball, but he's be playing with this side pocket over there. Draws his way out of it, and
I don't like hitting those that hard. There's Tony with his first legitimate should get out.
he's certainly in a good position to to find his way to 3-1 here. Just want to not get too fancy. Keep it simple, just roll the ball in. Allow the angles to naturally bring the white ball to where you want it instead of forcing it to where you want it. This is a perfect little cut angle. Bring the white ball right back up to the center of the table. But he overhit it a little bit and got a little out of line.
Mike with another opportunity.
You got a bunch of sponsors. I see around the screen. The new screen looks nice, Kendall.
Thank you. The cue it up one's a little light there, but he's on there. Should just change some out here.
Yeah. Do you rotate the people on the table?
Yep.
Yeah. Ooh, that was a really nice little shot. He had to kind of slow massage that past the 8-ball. A little drag shot. Nice shot by Tony. And
Oh, no.
he's just not
He's trying a little
pulling
hard.
the trigger all the way, you know. Kind of stopped, decelerated that stroke there. Instead of putting it in the hole, he shot it at the hole. And old guy I used to know in Arizona always told me about that. What are you shooting it at the hole? You're rolling it towards the hole, or are you putting it in the hole?
Oh, Mike feeling generous, giving him one back here. So Tony going to get to take advantage of a rare miss. There it is. Sell anything in the pro shop today?
I sold a few items. Just a lot of little billiard accessories, tip tools, Kamui black, clear tip. No cues today. Had one of our regulars looking at one. I was trying to get him in a new pair of shoes today. Haha.
Not quite, though, huh?
No, he's
Just
gonna
not
buy
ready?
it. He's
Yeah.
gonna buy it. One of the McDermotts. Do you do the little player bio thing or whatever with
Nope.
the Jesters? No.
Well, we do.
Yeah. Not
but
in all the
we don't have it
matches,
on
yeah.
these guys.
Yeah.
It was a little late notice.
Dry break, I think.
Hey, got them all moving. Take a look at what we ended up with.
Well, the 10 goes in the side, and it's nice and easy. So for me, the stripes is the right way to begin this rack, and I think he wanted to hit that a little bit harder to get up for the 9, but he can still see it, so he'll slide that into the corner. It's 11. Looks like it goes by the 13, so he doesn't have to combo it. Oh, he's going to shoot the 13 first.
Uh-oh.
Yeah,
Forgot something.
That was kind of my worry. I didn't know how well the white ball went past the 11, but he got down quicker than I could look at it.
Yeah, they do that to me all the time.
And he kind of cheated it then, you know. Even if he did have the room, he convinced himself he didn't. And now that 13 ball's in a really bad position. When it came backward off that nipple with the 4 ball sitting there, he can only bank it or hit a ball off of it into the side potentially.
Well, that was not shape.
No, I mean, he made a ball. Right. Um, it's like if I were playing League, maybe, that's a point. But just barely not low enough for that 5 ball on the side, or can he see it?
I don't know. He looks like
It's
he's lining up for
super
it.
close. Like, he might have to play it off of the 13, but you don't want to do that for Mike because that ball's in a bad spot for him. And if you do, you want to do it real slow so it stays on the left side of the 4 ball.
Well,
And he did have the window.
I stuck with the 7 no
The
matter what.
speed he hit it, I don't know if he meant to hit it off of the 13 or not. Tried to back cut the 7. It's always nice when you have a ball in the way of your scratch line and you can just shoot it,
Right, with
Oh,
no
well,
worry.
I couldn't scratch here, so.
Well, there's quite a bit of work to do here with Mike's table.
Mm-hmm.
Almost every ball has an issue of one sort or another.
I think I play this 10 ball on the side off of the 13 ball. And he
Missed the
did try,
13.
and he was hitting it with forward so he could play to that 15 with the 6 cluster. And he did not run into the 13, though. He's going to draw this back with a little bit of low left and try to run into the 4 or the 13. Almost scratched.
Patrick, you can't be watching this while you're driving.
That sounds dangerous. So,
you've seen Patrick drive.
watching pool and driving, it seems like a little bit of a dangerous chore. Maybe listening to the commentary is one thing, but watching it is. Some of these guys will spend a full minute down on their shot. That could be a long time before you create an accident. So Mike basically elected to safe out, and he removed the 13 off of the rail where it was a large problem that he had created, and then uncreated his problem and put it back on Tony to essentially shoot a shot that runs into the 6 ball. And he says, get out on me or don't. I guess it drifted a little bit past the 6. He's in a weird position here. I don't know what you do. Then play it with a bunch of forward. Shoot into the 4 ball. Where does the 6 ball go, Kendall? Just the lower right corner?
I think it goes past the 8, doesn't it?
In the upper left. Okay. I can't tell if it was connected to the
He's
15
looking at it right here. He's looking to shoot it.
too much. Is he
right
going to
now.
carom that or cut it? Yeah, cut it.
Patrick says people typically get out of his way.
Should get a bumper sticker. Watch out, I'm watching pool.
Nice shot there by Mike. He's got himself set up nicely to go to 4 games here. Slides over perfectly. Tony has a horrible stroke mechanism. I've taught a lot of people. He's the only one I haven't fixed. He's nervous. He usually can play better than what he's doing right now.
Didn't he win state or something like
Yeah,
ASPCA or no?
One of those, yeah.
ASPCA. That's animals. That's my other job.
Yeah. That's your other job, right?
Yeah. ACS, not the ASPCA.
Nice.
But if you need a dog, go to your local shelter. I'm just throwing a
Absolutely.
little animal hospital plug here.
Go for it.
No, we're not sponsored. I'm just kidding. So, Mike's up to break, up 4-1. Tony really needs a momentum shifter here. He needs like a monster break with a scratch. And I called it, and I did commentator curse Mike Gaines there, and if you go back and rewatch that, I'm sorry. But we got to get the action going here for the viewers, so let's go, Tony. I mean, I love solids in this rack immediately. There's almost like no issue there. You can get into trouble, but I'd be playing the
you
two.
can always make trouble.
Yeah, I'd be playing the 2 in the side, for sure. And I would likely just drift down a little bit, give myself a little angle so I could come down to the 7 in the side. Play the 3 ball in the upper left-hand corner. But he elected to start with the 6.
And leave himself no shot.
Well,
he's got the 2.
he flirted with it. He's almost in a line where I was just saying it's just a little more dangerous than starting with a ball in hand. But he can still get into all these other solids down here from this angle. Looks like he might hit it a little hard. Oof. And that is going to be an issue that needs to be worked out. And actually, if you just play this next ball really simple and kind of just punch it out, you could play the 7 in the lower left-hand corner. Instead, he elected to run the ball up table. And he might have a bank. Maybe.
See what Mike can do to get to 5 here. I don't think I got enough sleep last night.
You were here probably late last night with the Cue It Up tour too?
Not really. I
Not
didn't
really.
stay super late, but my wife's working 12s right now, so I try and work around her schedule a little bit.
Gotcha. I think I slept all right. I did eat a whole box of Captain and Crunch, though.
Well, that'll make you sleep.
Felt a little different this morning.
This little break shot. I think you got enough of that, too, where you can just shoot the 15 out of there and come back out for the 11. I think.
It's touchy.
This with a lot of low inside. Straighten it out right out.
Oh, yeah. He's dead on it.
Adam, what do you consider the top of the table?
Well, in this screen, I guess when we're looking at it, it could be different for the viewers. The top for me, with the view that we just had at least, was where where they rack the balls, where the spot is, I believe, by the camera angle. And then where they break from is like the bottom of the table, where the head string is.
I would agree with that definition. Definitely going to leave that 9 for last so you can get up on the 8, shoot it from the short end or the top of the table.
So he wants to leave that 9 ball for last because that's your ability to get up underneath the 8 and or into the 8 depending on how he decides to play this. So
Did I just say that?
did you? Okay. I did have a little bit of a moment where I might not have been thinking. I was we'll call it meditating. I was meditating for a moment. So yeah, he's in a great position here. To be able to run this rack out as well. He's on the pro side of the line right here, which is what's the most important of that last shot. And then here, depending on what kind of player you are, you either stun down to the short rail, like he just did, but you can run into issues, but
Which he did.
he also got pretty lucky-ish.
I agree.
But there's still also some scratch possibilities in this off of the backside of the 1 ball. So, instead of shooting the way he shot it, I think I would have broke into the 8 because the 8 would have broke out to that upper left-hand corner really nicely and easily. And he definitely would have had a better shot with more space between the white ball and the 8 ball than he had on that last shot. So Tony will just slide this into the corner, bring the white ball out to center table, maybe a little bit past it.
Tony.
And he jumped out of his stroke just a little bit, and that kind
Jumped out of his shoes.
it led to the bobble, unfortunately. Millimeters of seconds staying down on your stroke can mean the difference between the bobble and the non-bobble.
Huge difference.
And I bobble a lot of balls my whole life. They might as well just come out with bobble heads for all the pool players that rattle them home, huh?
Yeah. He blew it. The other guy blew it too. So it's back and forth blowing it.
Yep, them are some of them racks, nobody wants to win sort of a thing. Sometimes it gets comical.
Mike did win, so that's 5 games to 1. Race to 7. He needs 2 more to end this thing quickly today.
Well, he's been
Hey, wait a minute. You're not Chris Guntanis.
Guntanis. I call him Gunt. Gunt.
He's now the G-Man.
We
finally found a nickname he likes. The G-Man.
The G-Man. Okay, G-Lab, G-Shock. G-Force? Yeah, G-Force.
There you go, the G-Force. Perfect. L-E or E-L?
Oh, K-E-L. A-E-R-K-E-L. So it looks like it's an open table. Mike's exploring his options. The 2 ball is certainly very big issue. It would keep me out of solids. But the combos with the stripes aren't very fun either. So he's going to start with one of the combos and hope to open up and control the beginning of the rack. But
So much
sometimes
for
that's the
that
problem,
idea.
is you
Yeah.
just open it up. You don't open it and control it if you don't make the ball. So, those are tough decisions to make when you begin a rack. Do you, go with that stripe combo? Do you go to the solids and figure out the 2-ball somehow? This ball was the ball to figure that out with. But now it is now removed from the rack, and we're in a different position anyway. So Mike's up here with solids, is that true? No, Mike's stripes. Okay.
He's shooting at. No, he's solid.
No, yeah, he's solids. Tony just relinquished the table. Okay.
Well,
That
that's
was
a
a
good
fortunate
break,
bump. That was a very good
Came
break,
out
but
well.
fortunate, yeah. He's still got to try to get a better angle on this, though, because he can't get the other ball out, can he? So he tried to play underneath the 5-ball. I don't know exactly.
I'm not sure what he's getting at here.
Looks like he just decided just to shoot it. Yeah, he is shooting this in the side or the corner. And he missed a shot, locked up some stripes though for Tony. It's going to make that more difficult. And he left him in a position where he might have to remove the only ball that helps him get those stripes changed later. So if I'm at this table, instead of playing the 13 right now and going around a rail or two and breaking the stripe out, I might play rail first on the 9-ball, but that's just me.
Hard to believe he didn't touch those, run into those at all. I thought it was going dead for it.
You'd think so.
Would have drawn to the side rail just to ensure that you're going to hit him.
Yeah, that's where I was saying a little low outside English and come in 2 rails, but then you could end up trapped too in some of those shots. Either way, he's going to have to do something with them or you can't get out of this rack. He doesn't quite have the line right now on this 13 or 12 to produce an angle. Well, I guess the 8-ball is going to be the ball to move them with.
Something.
It's there. It's scary, but you could use the 8-ball essentially to come off of the long rail into the back of the 11, or maybe right into the front of the 11. If it hits a 15, you're in royal trouble. Instead, he kick safes and breaks his cluster. It's not a bad plan, and he might have done that a little bit earlier in a different way, with some sort of safety to improve his hand earlier on in the rack. Because Mike definitely knew he could take trips to the table and not have issues.
Well, that came out really well for him, actually.
Are you going to draw back into the back of the 8 right here? Or are you going with forward
I don't think you got to hit the 8. I think you can hold that.
2 rails?
I think you're straight enough that you barely got to stop that ball. Maybe draw it back an inch.
For the 1-ball?
Yeah.
Okay. You're probably right. I thought there was a bit of angle on it.
It's close. You might
Either
have to
way,
go
it
forward.
would where you'd run into the 8 into the 1, which would come off of the back of the 12, which will traject down to the corner anyways.
Well, he didn't do my shot. He's bet it up quite a
He
bit.
did try to come around 3 rails to the 3, and he just found the wrong line into that stripe. Now he's looking at if he can bank that 4 ball through that window. It does look like it goes past the 8. If not, it's zigzagable for sure. And Tony's got a little 3 ball, 4 ball out here. Just stay down on that lower half of the table, roll the 11 in, draw back on the 15, and play the 8 in this lower right-hand corner. Or possibly, I guess, a side pocket. But I don't know that it goes by the 1, so I would have stayed down below the spot here and come back for the lower right-hand corner. Ooh, but bumping into
I
that.
was hoping that it goes.
Yeah, I'm not sure. He's getting right on it. Okay, I didn't know that it went by that 3 ball either. So that was a nice, easy, simple way. Stopped it off of that 4 ball. That was a good shot. Good out by Tony. He's closing the gap. He says, I'm not done yet.
Rodney Coed says this is hard to watch. Gaines 100 points over this guy. Should even be playing him. I don't know if I agree with that. I think Tony's not having the best of it, but he plays better than he is right now for sure. Well, and at any rate, he's at 2 games, so it's a couple of games here to get it closer if he can. It's a good break. Yeah, they're not quite 100 points apart either. They're, I mean, really 50, what is that, 59? Yeah, less than 60 points apart. But I will agree, Tony's not playing very good at the moment. Oh, saying Mike's about a 540. I don't know. I mean, he's played some tournaments. He's about to go up into the 500s for sure. That's a 540 shot. Yes, because there's always a debate whether or not the Fargo rates are accurate, but that's not a 540 shot. So it's hard to say. It's like anything. Everybody's got an opinion of what people are or aren't.
I'm a 750 when I want to be. I'm a 250
Yes,
when I
you
don't
are.
want to be.
Yeah. Right. Truth.
I don't know.
That's why that rating system isn't meant to be the ultimate judge.
I do know
Just
a
to
lot of
give you an
guys that
idea.
after you have a lot of games in and maybe you aren't like doing anything to develop or change or grow or advance, certainly you tend to play like your number because that's just kind of like who you are. But if you're like newer into pool and or somebody that's taking it very seriously and trying to grow and change
Which Mike is.
and improve, then the number isn't always accurate because you can have good tournaments, bad tournaments. There's a lot of luck involved. Many things can affect somebody's Fargo rate. So
Patrick says I'm a 750 in the booth.
yeah. When I'm watching and not playing, I'm real good.
David Searing wants to challenge me to a match on the stream.
Does he know?
Yep, that'd be a good match. Him and I gamble well together.
You guys gonna mic it up?
Yeah. I don't think that'd
John
go.
McEnroe on the pool table.
We'd have to definitely tag that one 18 and older.
Yeah, do you have a little
Oh, you can do that.
I was gonna say your thing's called Extreme,
Yep.
right? We need like the XXX stream for the after night hour.
Right.
Anyways, that's as far as I'll go with that. But there's some grudge matches, and there's people in here that like to gamble, and sometimes we're in here 10, 11, 12, 1, 2 in the morning. So
Oh.
Tony's up here working on what suit, Kendall? Solids?
Solids, yep.
So he's looking at like the 4-3 looks like it goes pretty easily. It's
Yeah, I think
not
that goes.
that far off of one another. And in fact, you want to go rail first and hit behind the 4 ball.
Boy, he's just not hitting balls.
Yeah, everything's a bit out of stroke, and actually this lays really well to remove the 14 ball. He's just going to hit this 10 with a good amount of forward right into the rail.
Yeah, and you kind of want to catch the edge of the 14 because you're just trying to bounce it out. You don't want to push it down into those other balls.
Yeah, it can definitely get stuck there on you and not go anywhere. Just kind of one
just
of those
like
things.
that.
He
Pick
hit
it
that
off.
real
Yep.
nice.
That's exactly what I was referring to. He kind of got a bad roll out of the pocket up there, too, to end up on the end rail.
He did. If the 9 slides past 8, which it looks like it does, he's going to do that next. Might even play it off the edge of the 8.
Yeah, he almost.
I mean, you probably wouldn't make it, but at least if you put the 8 on the long rail and the 9 on the short rail, it just is a strong controlling 8-ball move, at least.
I think you're going to get stuck down here by the 1.
If you make it.
Yeah.
Yeah. He could even slide under the 9 and put the white ball behind the 8 in the corner pocket.
Look at that shot.
He caromed it off of the 14. Okay. He did a whole bunch of things neither of us mentioned.
Well, I actually looked at that and I didn't think it went.
Yeah. That was a,
So that was a really well hit ball.
look at how it opened up the corner too. So
Oh,
now
yeah.
he just slow rolls this in. The 14 is
Right,
open.
So that's a 540 shot.
I'll tell you what Mike Gaines is not. Yeah, is he needs to get up into the next bracket level. And in fact, I think he's, Kendall said 540 at 550,
There's that shot again,
560
correct?
all day. I played him in one pocket, and he can move the ball. He can bank real good.
Uh-oh. He can
And
overcut
then
the 14, too.
I like to curse him as well. But
Tony better get his button gear here. He's not going to get anything. He can't get out here. 10-packer in. And I think he can. Just working for everything, you know.
yeah, like nothing will go in cleanly or easily or smoothly or yeah. He's just grinding.
Just a
real
little
grinding.
long here.
Yeah,
Everything's, you know.
It just the smidgenest off. This game will get real frustrating on you real quick.
Rodney, 399 shot. Yeah, that miss.
He hit that one good though.
Yep, I
Hold. Well, you can cut the 3 or
He's
bank
gonna
the
cut
4.
that
He'll
in.
cut the 3 in.
Take another look quick.
You could carom that 3 in real easily from this angle too.
I just don't like leaving the cue ball anywhere where he's got a shot to the right side.
That is true. So cutting the 3 in is the best shot. At least
Safest, yeah.
the safest and the most advantageous. Cause
Unless you push the cue ball all the way up.
and scratch.
And he did. Did block the 8 ball, so
Yeah, it makes him have
Mike's
to do
got to
something.
bump it at least.
Yeah.
Should be able to literally just set the little bit of a draw shot, right?
Yeah, that's what I would think. And then the 3 should just punch out of there off of the short or the left long rail.
Safety, you say, Patrick Glenn? What is a safety, Patrick?
I wouldn't want to give him a trip at the table in this position. So like
James
Kendall
McCauley, I'll cover that for you. We have talked about it, but we like to let people know. That's a perfect shot. So what happens as soon as somebody goes over the designated amount, i.e. in this case 500, which he will do. He just played a tournament that he did well in, so he's going to bump over 500. And as soon as he does that, it doesn't matter if he drops back down or not, he is only qualified that he can play in the Kings. So that being said, he has 3 weeks from the time he goes over before he gets automatically moved up into the Knights, and he becomes the automatic next week challenger for the Knights. One of the other reasons why we can't have a permanent list that's just out there solid. Scratch is definitely not safe, Sepkus.
Yeah, I read that. I was like, oh, yeah.
Well, Mike up to break again.
Up 6-2, race to 7. Could be a final rack. Tony's going to have to claw his way back from this position. But Mike drops a 14 ball on the side. Nice clean break. Everything is open. The 3 ball is the largest issue. The 10 and 11 both go. Although I'm always a huge... I dislike any ball that's on that long rail right next to the side but can't be cut into the side. It's a hard ball to get on to cut to the corner too because you scratch in the side pocket right next to the 11 ball. So when I have ball in hands, I usually figure out a way to fix that ball first. But I don't think he had ball in hand.
Nope.
So then I'm looking at other ways to get underneath it, and when and how. And he's probably going to play for the 15 next.
Oops.
That 8 ball is big, though. So now he's got to reevaluate and look at the 13.
Safety valve. Is it there? I'm not even sure.
I'm
if
not
he's
even
got
sure
that.
if it's there either. It might involve a Massey, and he is going to have to go around it. Now you're kind of just working through, okay, I'm offline. And actually, this lines up good because he's going to get right in underneath that 11 ball after
Perfect.
he follows this 15. And he's just kind of like accidentally falling into beautiful fortune to end this rack here in this final rack.
It's
Now,
tough here a little bit.
he's a little too straight. He could punch it out. You could punch through it.
Oh, wow.
And yep, he just drew
We'll
right
give him that
straight
shot.
through
That was
it.
a good shot.
Yeah. Now just a little soft draw or a little soft stun over to the 2 ball essentially, unless you come back up to the corner, and that's what he did.
Here it is for the King Hood if he can, or I'm sorry, Jester. It's hard to believe.
Yeah, the little categories get hard to keep straight match to match, but he's not shooting like a jester is what you're trying to say.
Yeah, I think that's right. Especially after
You
pocketing
watch
that
out
ball.
for that side ball, and he cleared that side, took it into account. So good match there by Mike. Tony just couldn't get it rolling, and Mike's very, very hard to beat, though. He's on his 14th straight win. So thanks, everybody, for tuning in, and Kendall for giving me an opportunity to do some commentating.
Absolutely.
I think Mason might come into the booth next time.
Yep,
or
I think
is
he's
Chris
coming up with.
back in with you?
Well, Patrick Lynn's on his way in,
Oh, yeah,
so
Patrick's
we'll
on
see
his
you
way.
guys here for the Knights.
Don't crash,
and not
Patrick.
too long.
All right, thanks, everybody.